Although it appears to be pure fiction, it is worth recalling a well known story. When the fleet commanded by Christopher Columbus approached the American shores, the local inhabitants allegedly failed to see it, even though it was right before their eyes. The claim rests on the idea that people are unable to see things they have never encountered before. The appearance of sailing ships on the ocean was said to be so far outside the locals' experience that their brains simply could not process what they were seeing. The core of this myth, sometimes associated with later explorers as well, can serve as a useful starting point. Let us ask whether we are capable of seeing things we do not yet know. Avi Loeb, the celebrated astrophysicist at Harvard University, is deeply convinced that many of us refuse to accept what telescopes truly captured in 2017 when they observed a strangely behaving object that received the Hawaiian name Oumuamua, meaning scout. Others, with Loeb at the front, have not abandoned the idea that it could be an artificial product of extraterrestrial intelligence. Did an ordinary chunk of frozen matter several hundred meters long fly past the sun, changing speed due to escaping gas? Or was it advanced technology beyond our current engineering abilities? If we allow for the second possibility, then today Loeb stands on the shore pointing at a passing sailing ship, while most of his colleagues ignore the event and carry on as usual. Yet a look at the history casts a shadow of doubt over him, shaped by similar hopes that later turned out to be wrong. A telling example is the story of Percival Lowell, who at the end of the 19th century became obsessed with the idea that the Mars was home to plants and animals and that intelligent life was present there too. For years, he observed the surface of the red planet through a telescope, carefully mapping formations he believed to be canals. In his book on the subject, he wrote that the Martian canal system not only covered their entire world, but was also an organized entity. He concluded that such a construction could only have been built by an intelligent community acting as one across the planet. Today we know that the lines in the Lowell's drawings are nothing more than natural ridges on the surface of the red planet. Since the Viking 1 probe landed on Mars on 20th July 1976 and began photographing only desert, only few have taken Lowell's thesis seriously. When it comes to searching for extraterrestrial life and signs of its technology, then hasty optimism does not always pay off. One might say that the repeated disappointments have pushed a large part of society toward firm skepticism. A skepticism that can be linked to the reluctance of many scientists to entertain bolder explanations for Oumuamua. But that's only part of the picture. The effort to answer whether extraterrestrial intelligence exists, where it is, and how we would detect it is lined by a long and varied history of failures, wishful thinking, and phenomena without clear explanation. Each new attempt, though similar in some ways to those before, can build on a stronger foundation of knowledge and avoid the dead ends already discovered. As a fresh attempt, it represents another real chance at success. The cosmic playing field seems almost infinite. Those who choose to continue along this uncertain path can repeat Frank Drake's call as a guiding thought. We must pour some new wine into the old bottles of those who design searches for extraterrestrial intelligent signals. The word must appears many times in Drake's short article from 1980, from which this citation comes. It clearly reflects the drive and determination that ran through the research passion of the recently deceased scientist. And given how widely the subject captures people's imagination through the passion of many others as well. One might think that until or unless convincing proof appears, the entire search remains wrapped in deep uncertainty. Despite all proclamations, especially the grand ones, many today's scientists genuinely do not yet know whether they will end up like Lowell, stubbornly drawing maps of Martian canals, or whether the outlines of Columbus' ship will instead appear on the horizon in the form of a radio signal, an unidentified artificial object in space, a fragment of alien technology, or data from a distant planet. Despite the mistaken conclusions of Percival Lowell, we should take inspiration from the core of his enthusiasm. After all, the observatory he built in Arizona alone ultimately made a significant contribution to the advancement of astronomy.